Hello, everybody, and welcome. We've got our final video before the big fight from Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena this Saturday night. Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. Of course, I've got the No Punches Pulled co-host with me, Liam Tully and Jay's Fight Talk. How are we, boys?
All good, thank you.
Good stuff. Yeah, we'll keep this one a bit shorter and sweeter than last night's No Punches Pulled. But we've seen them face off now at the press conference last night. Obviously, weigh-in days tomorrow. I think they'll just be doing a bit of extra media today. This video is entitled "Who Wins and How," but we'll have a little look at that and obviously the comparisons between the event down the street as well at the little-known Sphere for the UFC Noche event. So yes, Liam, Canelo Berlanga, a couple of days away now. What do we think?
Right, let's park all the negativity. We had our rants. We said what we think about the fight.
Positive now. Positive
now. I'm positive Canelo will get a stoppage in the first half of the fight, and it's not. And it's for the simple reason I've watched back a few of Berlanga's fights since last night, and don't get me wrong, he's effective at what he does, but that is still at fringe world level. If we're being really realistic, he hasn't had a fight even at world level yet, for my mind. I'm not sure if you boys agree. And now we're talking about him jumping up to pound for pound level. Yeah. So he's very, very good at what he does, but he's not at pound for pound level yet. And Canelo will just pick him off. You can sense, you listened to Canelo in the press conference yesterday, he's a bit pissed off about what people are saying about his opponents. And when Canelo's pissed off, that's when he makes a statement. That's when he does his best work. And I think Saturday night, we're going to see something we've not seen from him for a couple of years. It will be explosive. It will be a stoppage. He could do what he done against Yildirim, and this could finish inside 2 rounds. But it's more likely, I think, towards the back end of the first half of the fight, say stoppage in round 6 will be my prediction on this one.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I would suggest that Berlanga has a little bit more than Yildirim. I think Yildirim was dog shit. I'm sorry, but it should never be.
Junior laid out the Yildirim.
Yeah, it was never. He brought a lot of fans and he had a bit of a social media presence and stuff, but he wasn't. Yeah, he'd not cut his teeth to be in the fights. But yeah, going back to the fight that we're talking about, I'm in an agreement with Liam. I don't believe that it's a close fight. I don't believe that Berlanga's earned this fight. He hasn't boxed anybody. I mean, I think the last 5 opponents that Canelo's beat would potentially beat Berlanga. It's not going to be close for me unless Canelo turns up and he's aged overnight and he's, I know he's not old as such, but he's shot one. He's done a lot of miles. He's been boxing at a high level since he was a teenager, and eventually that does take its toll on your body. I mean, I played amateur sports to a million levels below the people that we're talking about, and I'm of an age now where my body has been failing me, and I struggle to bend, and so I'm assuming that as a professional athlete that's bashing his body day in day out, that eventually he will hit a brick wall and he'll start to crumble. I don't believe that will be Sunday morning, Saturday night. I believe that he's got 2 or 3 fights left in him. So yeah, I just think it'll be close for a couple of rounds. He'll see what Berlanga's got. He'll keep the crowd excited for a couple more rounds, and then he'll step on the gas. And I think we might see something along the lines of when he knocked out Kirkland, because I believe that Berlanga believes he can stop Canelo.
It could be one shot.
Yeah, I think he's going to be wide open like Kirk, because Kirkland can bang. Let's be real.
No, James Kirkland was a thunderous puncher.
To kip, but he wasn't scared at what were coming back because he thought he'd catch Canelo first, and that very similar to the Amir Khan knockout. He's sort of throwing as he gets caught, so it looks more dramatic because his body goes the opposite way to his head, and he falls down. We could see something like that, because I do believe Berlanga's come to fight. He's not coming just for the payday. He's not in awe of Canelo. He's not scared of Canelo. So I believe he's going to give us a kind of fight that we want to see, which will be all-out war. I think Canelo will box sort of cautiously, if we can ever say that about Canelo, but as cautious as Canelo boxes. I think he'll, not put himself in imminent danger for 5 or 6 minutes. But I believe once he's taken a couple of bangs from Berlanga and realizes that he has the edging power, and we know he has the edging skill set, I think he'll crank it up. And I just think he'll drown Berlanga, and I'm similar to Liam. I see a stoppage sort of between 6 and 8 rounds.
Yeah, I don't think it gets out of the 6th round if Canelo has anything left in his step. I really don't. Everything Edgar Berlanga does, Canelo does way better. You know, his timing's better. He's faster than him. He definitely hits harder than him, even though Berlanga's got a big KO record. But against who?
Against who?
Let's be honest. Exactly, against absolutely no one. So, yeah, unless Canelo's radically aged overnight, we spoke about how long he's been a pro for, you know, best part of 20 years now. He has got mileage, but he's got one of the best chins in boxing history. He's never really been, you know, in trouble or anything like that. So is Edgar Berlanga the guy to expose that? For me, you know, absolutely not. And you guys are in agreement as well. I do find a dynamic interesting that across the street, the UFC are doing the Sphere. You know, what are we going to see about the arena on Saturday at the T-Mobile? You know, is it going to be, you know, packed to the rafters? Is it going to be a lot emptier?
How many is it old? Because it's a weird setup, isn't it? It's like sat in cinema.
The Sphere?
Yeah.
20,000.
The old's 20. It doesn't look like that, does it? Because it's
no.
It's like a concert seating, isn't it? But
well, the Sphere, there's no seats one end, and then the other end's all the seats. So you're facing a wall at the back.
An auditorium, isn't it?
Yes, an auditorium. You're facing a wall, which is fascinating because normally you're fighting. There's people everywhere. Or
have you seen? Just digressing a second, but I think it might have been United Liverpool game the other week. It wasn't the Sphere, but there's a bar. Have you seen it? Where you stadium seating. It looks amazing, but I've got the Oculus Quest, the new one or the latest one. Sky have pulled out now, but you could sit pretty much ringside and watch boxing, or you could sit if you had football on, you could sit sort of on top of the stand and look down. But Sky have pulled out of that now. I'm assuming it's going to be visually as a production. I think it's going to be amazing, but it's just a bit of a shitty card, isn't it? Really, other than sort of 3 or 4 decent fights.
It's interesting because if you listen to people involved with the Canelo fight and obviously people involved with the UFC, what's going on at Sphere, both of them are saying they're sold out. Both of them are saying no impact is being had on
live.
I'm sorry, if you want to tell people that something's sold out, at least have the comment. At least go and look on Ticketmaster and when I think it's AXS for the Sphere, you got hundreds and thousands of empty seats.
There's only tickets now for both nights.
There's only 2 sections in the T-Mobile Arena on their website apparently showing is sold out. That's
and they're not painting the picture either because they're selling them at a discounted cost. So it hasn't affected us. We're sold out. No, you're selling. You probably will sell out by the time fight night comes because you're giving away comps and you're giving away the tickets at 75% less than what they were. They're meant to be sold for.
The issue they're going to have, it's going to be full, but it's not going to be the normal crowd that would ordinarily fill up the arena for an event like that. It's going to be people that are only going because it's cheap, you know, or it's a comp ticket. Different kind of atmosphere, different kind of patron.
You could say Dana's already slightly admitted defeat because tickets sale prices have gone down by 20%.
Yeah, exactly.
So Dana's already had to swallow a bit of humble pie, and he's, for better or worse, going to have Oscar De La Hoya next to him, chewing his ear off, and
I don't believe Dana will go. I don't think Dana will go anywhere near Oscar. I don't think he's going.
No, he's Turkey's guest. He's Turkey Al Sheikh's guest, so Dana will be nowhere near him. Turkey will want to get them to shake hands and do this and that, but Dana
might do a picture. Just going back to what Liam. Sorry, I was getting back to Liam said. He's reduced the tickets by 20%. Did you say?
Yeah.
So they're only $5,000 a piece now. Then
yes, pocket change, mate. I've got it in my pocket here. I'm going to fly over.
I'll get a couple, mate. I'll fill the jet up tonight and I'll fly us over. We'll do a live from the Sphere. Boys, don't worry about it.
But yeah, we unanimously have this fight for Canelo Alvarez. All of us are expecting him to get rid of him in the middle-ish rounds. Let us know what you think in the comments below, guys. It's our last video before we go live for the main card on Saturday night. We'll either start at Rolly Romero or Caleb Plant fight, and we'll go the whole way through to the end of the main event. Thanks as always to Jay's Fight Talk. Go subscribe to Jay's Fight Talk and follow at Jay's Fight Talk on X and at Liam_Tully9 on X as well. And look out for Liam's Fight Night picks on STBX Wednesday lunchtime. It comes out, doesn't it? Filmed on Tuesday. Thanks, boys.
Short and sweet. Cheers, brother.